What is going on YouTube? I'm back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500. Specifically, today's video, we do have to talk about the fact that we are still in another day of literally consolidation. I actually have an article that I do want to show you guys, which talks about Bitcoin drifting lower, but stuck between 40K support and 45K resistance, and I think that's fairly accurate to say. Most of the cryptocurrencies now have literally just been trading sideways, and I always say for the years that I've been in crypto since 2017, and it's crazy to say that I've literally grown in front of you guys for 4 years, that the markets are moving at a slow rate right now, but every time we see consolidation like this, it always, and I mean always, breaks in a substantial amount of volume, whether that's being injected into the market, shooting us to the upside there, or leaving the market and we see money get sucked out of it. The craziest thing that we've seen so far over the past couple of months now is the weird connection that cryptocurrency is making to the S&P 500 in our economy, as we start to see the way the S&P 500 moves is a very big influence and indicator of where Bitcoin and crypto moves. And we've made a video also discussing that, which means that when we have these new policies being enforced in regards to big tech and big growth funds, how that gets implicated usually then rolls over to crypto, which is an interesting comparison, and how they are all now starting to become correlated here. In regards to the past couple of months, we're starting to see that big growth specifically gets affected, and then we start to see crypto move like that. There's a good chance the holdings of crypto are now very much so in big tech, since they have a lot of money that they can just move around with that. More importantly, though, we have to talk about, once again, the massive consolidation that's taking place right now within Bitcoin, the massive consolidation within Ethereum and XRP, and the S&P 500, which yesterday was not good, so a big drop down to bottom support here, as we said yesterday would happen, and now you can see markets are pretty much consolidating into that, but the big drop was called yesterday. Here we are at bottom. I'm still kind of excited to see prices down like this. I'll talk more about it later on in the video, but with that being said, guys, today's video is brought to us by HOKK Finance. Hopefully you guys remember HOKK Finance. We made a video on them a couple of days ago. They're basically a meme utility, but deciding to branch out from the meme world and become more, actually have more utility, which is pretty cool. The coolest thing that they did really was making their bridge and exchange, which I want to show you guys. Is called HOKK Swap. You can see here, but they have a lot of things: HOKK NFT, HOKK Treats, HOKK Premium, HOKK Wallet, HOKK Launch, HOKK School, HOKK Loans. A lot of things they're trying to do. They're really trying to revamp their portal and make them more of a use case, give them more of a use case to us, which is cool. So I do like that they offer a DEX, and I really find DEXs to be very creative in the way that they work here, just getting their own liquidity and becoming their own decentralized platform here. But they do offer tons of different cryptocurrencies, so if you're into SHIB and all these other smaller fiat dog coins here, this is a really good website to actually leverage these cryptos or swap them to other things. So definitely make sure to check this out if you're interested. I will be talking more about them at the end of today's video, so definitely stay tuned if you're interested about that. Otherwise, I have linked them in the description down below. And with that being said, guys, definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's dive into today's episode. So guys, first things first, I do want to cover this article. It's fairly, similar to what we've been talking about the past couple of days, basically saying that cryptocurrency is stuck between 40K support, 45K resistance. You can kind of see where we are. We've been kind of floating here for the same amount of time for a while now. You can see between 45, 46. It's a little lower, and then pretty much just sideways trading here. You can see we've been pretty much getting very close to being oversold as well. But we've basically been trading between levels between 43 and 45K for quite some time now, and we've been pretty flat. We've talked about how when markets tend to be flat, we usually see that volume move us in. And currently, the current coin market cap is trading sideways once again, trading at about 2 trillion, 1.99 to be exact. Markets are literally consolidating, but they're consolidating lower, but not really big movements in any sort of direction here. Every crypto, for the most part, is consolidating. We're not seeing any bigger movements. I'm trying to pull that up maybe today. Wow. I don't even want to talk about these. Like, it's crazy to see that these are exploding to some insane levels here. But I'm not seeing any coins that are like major cryptos with actual use cases just yet, due to the fact that these are all brand new for the most part here. But there are probably some here, but I'm not sure they're all like MetaSafe Moon. I'm not sure how Shiba, Gods, and Legends. I'm not entirely sure that these are definitely worth the investment. But I'm not seeing our major cryptos up today. Really, like, top 10 cryptos, they're not really doing anything extraordinary. We can go top 20. They're not doing anything extraordinary. Now, diving into these cryptocurrencies here that we've been looking at, the consolidation is here to stay. And it's unfortunate. We've seen this in the past, and I want to use Bitcoin for reference right now, and then we'll dive on to see these other cryptos. But you can see that usually consolidation, and I'll try to like pinpoint consolidation usually leads to big breaks. Maybe we'll see some in the past here. I'm trying to zoom in so we can get that reference here. But usually when we see prices kind of trade sideways, they tend to see dips, like this small movement here where we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days trading between like $9,100 and $8,500. It usually means there's stability, and that usually references big breaks. And then immediately after this, we do see a break to the downside here. And it's similar, and we kind of see this over and over again, that consolidation tends to see swings. And that's kind of what we have to pay attention to, that usually these consolidative factors, and you can also see that there are, you can go back in the past and kind of find these trends. These are more so like symmetrical triangles that lead to a point here, and you can see as time continues and as time consolidates and we see lots of these bigger movement candles and prices slowly, funnel down into this movement here, they tend to flatline out for, days. And then we see the breach that we're looking for. This is at 50 on the RSI, good time to break out. And you can see consolidation ends, and then we get the decision, and it tends to break either bullish or bearish, obviously one of the directions, instead of just trading sideways, which it could do. Usually doesn't. And we get the confirmation on the day. We close the daily above there. Then we buy in and leverage to the upside here. So it's the same pattern that we're looking for now moving forward. But, these days do come. And for those that are patient will be the ones more rewarded than the ones that are impatient. It's literally that simple. But the only thing I can suggest is when these markets do trade sideways, and now that we know when crypto's down, usually growth and tech stocks are down too, which we have been seeing here since December, end of December here. We've had about 19 days now of bearish market movements, and prices have pretty much fallen to the downside here on tech and growth. This is like, to me, where I would put more of my money in long term, because these prices are low. Like, we've been low like this before, but we tend to always break bullish, and that's what I expect to see over the next couple of months, weeks, years, that our mutual funds, out of retirement investments usually tend to go up. But moving forward to like XRP here, you can see, or back to Bitcoin, actually, I want to look at this. We're in a very similar movement now. So we've had in the past here tons of these major candle movements here, tons of movement, but then we kind of just trade sideways, and then we see the break. And you can see this support here that's drawn in green is a huge indicator of where we can pretty much predict and see the markets move to. We have tons of retests. Either this is the decision point where markets reverse, where markets get held, reversal again, either support, and here we are again trading sideways, very little movement. You can see this is a massive, and I mean massive, falling wedge pattern. And if you guys aren't excited about this, you probably shouldn't be in cryptocurrency. I understand it's, you have to be patient. I understand when we haven't been seeing much movement at all between prices of, 40K, 41K, and maybe 44K, 45K, but it's okay though. We see this consolidation. We needed this to fill in the gap here. When we hit rock bottom here, I expected to see movement trade us sideways eventually to pinpoint and fill in the gap here, and then finally make that decision. And I know I've been saying for the past couple of days that this is the decision time, and it's going to be like that. We are so close. It's hard to pinpoint exactly the exact point that the breakout's going to happen, but it is going to happen very soon. I can say with certainty that in 2 weeks, we're not going to be here. In 2 weeks, we'll be much farther out over in this level here, and we'll probably have that decision. So I don't think moving forward in 2 weeks, we'll be trading over here. I feel like in 2 weeks, we'll either be up here or we're going to be down here. Regardless, it's not going to continue to trend outwards. There's a major falling wedge moving here, and you can see we are slowly retesting this resistance. So it's mainly a waiting game for right now, and with that time, you should use that time to understand how to trade these markets, get ready to invest into them, learn how to short markets, learn how to buy and long. test your skills out. I use BitYard. We leverage trade crypto on BitYard. They offer cryptocurrency. They offer Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, every single altcoin you could think of, every single major cryptocurrency you can use. And that's why I leverage them. And they also offer a demo account, and obviously it logged me out, but you can actually click somewhere over here, demo account, leverage trade, and actually practice with free cryptocurrency, monopoly money, and learn how to use the markets. And you can also go to mystery box here and earn free crypto if you want to, and daily mine, which I do every day, and I recommend you guys do as well. You can also buy Bitcoin, buy XRP, short it, spot, it's a spot trade. It's very, very, very useful here. You can trade trending cryptos. So I definitely recommend checking out BitYard, link in the description. Just prepare yourselves for when these runs do happen. And you can see for the most part, they are at that point now. I mean, I don't know how else to explain this to you guys if you're unaware of the way these markets are moving to. I mean, you can see the amount of major movements we've had in the past here. Tons of dumpage, tons of moving. And now here we are testing the bottom support, holding 40K with tons of certainty here. And we've been trading sideways. Now you can see we have tons of uncertainty now. Our prices literally are just showing signs of just reversal candles here. We're not seeing anything happen. So clearly bulls haven't won, bears haven't won. We've clearly shown signs where we try to break through 41K. It doesn't work. We swing back to the upside here. And here we are pretty much completing the gap. There's really not much more movement these markets can move to. You can clearly see here on the daily here that we've clearly maxed out and tapped out our downtrend, this resistance here. It's now being retested, and we're holding very much so with certainty above the support. So the clear decision is, and believe it or not, I'll let you guys know on something. My Bitcoin trade actually timed out in the market, which I guess does happen on BitYard here. So I'm now not in a trade right now, which is totally fine. I didn't lose money. I had to pay a few dollars in fees, which is whatever. I'm not too worried about that, but I'm now ready to buy back into the market when we do get that decision. Same thing happened with XRP too. So I'm really not too worried. It's pretty much where we bought in is where it sold off. I'm not too worried. But you can see here, what I'm waiting for now to buy into these cryptocurrencies is confirmation. Either we're going to break through this support and we're going to break through 40K, 41K. We close at 39 on the daily. We buy in and we short the market on BitYard. We close above. I expect to see a target closer to 50K. We buy in and leverage to the upside. And you can see it's this falling wedge pattern here. It's very, 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 very similar to what we've had in the past here. Many days of consolidation, and it takes this long. And we've had these conversations before back here when this took us 66 days to consolidate. And here we are now seeing the same thing. This is 94, but if we extend this from when the actual breakdown happened, you can see it's about 70 days. So from the actual point where we started to crack downwards, 66. From this point downwards took about 70. We've had, for the most part, the same time in regards to the length of this movement, and we were very negative. And I remember clear as day that this was very bearish. We thought, oh, where's the bottom? When's the bottom going to come in? Where's the bearish point? Once we hit our support level, look at what was followed, an immediate reversal back to the upside. So as long as we can stay above this support, we're still creating long-term higher lows, and this should ultimately allow prices to continue to trend upwards. And I'm sorry we didn't talk about XRP that much, but everything I'm talking about with Bitcoin also applies to XRP. But you can see here, very similar, XRP has been since the beginning of this year since the beginning of last year in a higher low formation here where prices typically tend to keep moving up and up and up. So we are still creating higher lows. We're still creating lower highs. There's a very big chance, and I always flash back to the weekly charts here, that we are hitting the bottom support of its weekly moving average and our uptrend, and we tend to hold very well on our bottom support here. There's a big chance we are going to see this reversal happen and swing us back to the upside. No, not to all-time highs, but to the upside here. So these are all, in my case, if we jump back to these markets in February, that we will be much higher, and I do believe that's going to happen. I'd be very shocked if we break bearish here. If that happens, we'll have to short these markets with a significant leverage to the downside because they're going to break, and they're going to break hard. But all these cryptos are consolidating. I don't think we're going to see any movement within Ethereum just yet. I think Ethereum needs to continue to trade sideways here, but these other cryptos like XRP and Bitcoin are pretty much primed and ready to see that movement. XRP, since it's broken outside of its since it's daily channel here, you can see there is like some sort of 4-hour falling wedge pattern, which we're, tracking right now, but it is short term and we are bouncing off oversold. So I think we're like at a bottom with all these cryptos. It's mainly just a consolidation pattern. You can also see we are wicking back up above here, and very soon we will get the decision. Trading outside this falling wedge here, it's just waiting now. And I notice this isn't going to be the catalyst. It's waiting for probably Bitcoin to make that decision. And since Bitcoin is at its end here on this this falling wedge pattern, when this moves, which I hopefully expect to see to the upside since most of these cryptos are oversold, we will see that movement now move into XRP and these other alts. But with that being said, guys, I don't want this video to go on too long. That pretty much wraps up everything. Hopefully the S&P 500 today breaks this bullish. I expect to see a rebound off this and head up higher. If we break lower, it's going to be interesting, and then I recommend buying more, but we'll see what happens. Otherwise, guys, I do want to talk more about HOKK with you. I want to give a huge shout out to HOKK for sponsoring today's episode. As with all cryptocurrency projects, please do your own research and never invest anything you can't afford to lose. So guys, HOKK is a decentralized finance cryptocurrency project which began an intense transformation and restructure beginning in September of 2021. Now, with several months of experience behind them, HOKK Finance is looking to position itself as the #1 meme token to enter the Asian market in DeFi 2.0. And with several financial products in its ecosystem to offer to its customers, it might just have done it. Now, they've even released a CertiK audit to prove their efforts of legitimacy in the meme token industry. And originally launching April 16th on the Ethereum protocol, HOKK emerged at the height of the summer of 2021 during the meme season when Shiba Inu tokens skyrocketed to fame and a flood of similar dog-themed tokens began popping up in droves, each looking to piggyback off its success. Now, the relaunch was a massive effort over the course of 8 weeks, where the development team worked to launch on 3 blockchains simultaneously. Those include Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, as well as Huobi Echo Chain, with an enormous reduced supply and exciting new tokenomics to reward its holders. Now, additionally, a customized bridge was also created in order to equalize pricing of HOKK tokens across all 3 chains, and rewards reflections provide holders with a 4% redistribution of each chain's native token. Now, the core component of the HOKK Finance transformation is the portal called HOKK, an all-in-one decentralized financial ecosystem where a user will be able to access financial products that they would use in their everyday lives. And HOKK will give users several features, including the ability to send and receive money, invest in DeFi products, donate to eco-conscious companies, buy NFTs, and HOKK Premium, which is an aggregator that enables users to place capital, such as Ethereum, into a smart contract. HOKK Finance is also dropping their next generation of NFTs, which, as you can see, is on the screen. They're introducing 4,444 one-of-a-kind NFTs, bringing you closer to decentralized finance and the future of meme utility. You can see their most popular NFTs on the screen right here, and they're currently minting for 0.04 Ethereum per NFT, so definitely make sure to check these out as well. They are also currently on OpenSea, which you can see the amount of owners as well as the floor price and the volume being traded. These are the NFTs, so definitely make sure to check this out. Links will also be in the description. Now, HOKK Utility NFTs launched January 10th, and HOKK Premium launches January 31st, so keep that in mind. And the full list of products can be found on their page, as you can see here on the screen. Now, the one most exciting part of the rebrand is HOKK Finance will be appointing a world-class board of advisors and establishing the proper licensing with the necessary authorities, all in order to make the project a first mover in the meme market. Now, in addition to their global strategy, HOKK Finance is seeking to establish itself in the Asian market, complying with regulators on giving consumers access to HOKK and opening a world of opportunity. Now, with a forward-thinking plan to reserve a large quantity of tokens to further expansion onto even more blockchains, HOKK Finance is positioning itself to be the powerful meme utility token that provides a state-of-the-art decentralized finance product that are affordable and accessible to all. HOKK Finance has begun transitioning into the next phase of DeFi 2.0, so guys, definitely make sure to check out the links in the description where you can learn more about their coin, utility NFTs, as well as the bridge. Otherwise, huge shout out to HOKK Finance for sponsoring today's episode. As always, make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.